What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Vivid. Focus on the woman who wants you. Sometimes as men, we tend to overlook women who might be interested in us. Yes, it's always good to go after what you want, but it's also good to understand and appreciate what you have. And this applies to anything in life. She may not be the type that you normally go after. She may be a cute 7, but you may be used to dealing with 8s or 9s, so you don't really consider her as an option. I'm not saying to settle for less, but to take into consideration, because it can turn out to be the best experience you may ever have. And this is me speaking from personal experience. A lot of times I may disregard a woman because she may not be the type of girl that I normally go after. She may have great qualities that you're looking for, but for some reason she may not be your type or up to your standards, so you tend to not really pay much attention or pursue. Women do the same thing to men all the time, and that's fact. All the relationships, situationships I had with women who wanted me always turned out to be the best experiences. I've always had a great experience because they always do everything you want them to do in order for them to keep you around and so that you wouldn't leave or move on to somebody else. Quite a while back, there was this girl who had a crush on me. I would say objectively, she was about a 7.5, had a really nice smile, a pretty face. So I can say that there was nothing necessarily wrong with her in my eyes. But at that time, she definitely was not the type of girl that I was into. I was always pursuing after 8s and 9s and disregarding anybody that did not necessarily reach up to those standards that I had for myself, which looking back was probably not the best thing to do. But you live and you learn and you improve and you move on. She was also very low-key, stayed to herself. Thinking about it now, we probably would have never met or conversated if it wasn't for us having a mutual friend. As time progressed, I can tell she liked me based on how she would move when I would come around and certain things she would say or certain things that she would do when I would come around. But me at that time, I really did not consider her as an option, which most guys would be like, you're out your mind, like this is a great catch. But for some reason, me being a pre-brain head ass motherfucker at that time, I completely disregarded her for it. Even our mutual friend that we had at that time told me themselves that she found me attractive and she had a crush on me. So fast forward a couple months after dealing with all the 8s and 9s that oftentimes led to heartbreak and disappointment, I finally decided to ask her out on a date. So surprisingly, she still was interested in your boy. Months later, when I finally asked her out, she still was interested and we ended up going out on a date, and we actually had a really great time and we had a lot in common. We shared similar interests. We very much were compatible. Like certain things I found funny, she found funny as well. Or maybe she just found it funny because I thought it was funny, but it very much seemed that we were well matched for each other. Plus, due to her liking me, she knew the right things to say, what I liked, and that definitely helped raise my interest because she knew how to keep me engaged and make me interested in her. And we ended up having a little relationship, situationship type of thing. During those 3 months, she was probably like the most loyal girl I've ever been with at that time. Like I literally could go to sleep at night for 8 hours and not worried about what she's doing, who she's with, who she's talking to, because I didn't really have to worry about that being with her. Due to how she treated me and how I can see she perceived me, I didn't really have to worry about all that extra nonsense. If you're an attractive guy or just any guy in general, you will encounter a lot of women like this. She may be willing to give you the Spin Master 9000 limited edition, one of one type of treatment, but you will never find out until you actually decide to get to know her more. The shorties that we actually want at times can be disappointing when it's time to get freaky. You may realize that what you were attracted to was an idea of her. Just because she looks good does not mean you guys are sexually compatible or mentally compatible. Plus, when you're dealing with 8s and 9s, it just comes with a lot of issues. They may have a certain chip on their shoulder, especially if you're pursuing after them, because they know you're just one of the many guys who want a chance with them. Plus, when you finally do take that 8 or 9 out on a date and you finally get her at the table or wherever you take her out to, you now then have to make her like you and start chasing you rather than dealing with a girl who already likes you. So you don't have to convince her of anything. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to flex or do anything. She's already into you, so there's nothing you have to do to prove yourself even more. And oftentimes you trying to prove yourself or do more stuff may turn her off. So if you have a girl that's already into you and likes you for who you are, there's nothing about you that you have to to change. Yes, you have to continue improving yourself and becoming better in life as a man. Initially, you don't have to try to overcompensate because she already likes you, so there's nothing much that you have to do. Women can sense when you're trying to be somebody you're not, especially if they liked you already. They can tell. Don't disregard her because she may not be up to par in your standards, or a lot of guys tend to have really super high unrealistic standards, and I do believe that you should be delusional a little bit in life, but also be very realistic. If you have high standards when it comes to women, make sure you're high standard yourself, because you can't expect to date 8s and 9s if you can't match that same energy that you're trying to get. Focus on the woman who wants you, because you can be missing out on a great experience. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Vivid, and I'm out.